Hi everyone, I'm taking a break from my usual shorts to do some math for a project. I'll be showing how to do 1 and 2 step equations, solving equations using square roots, and the distributive property. I'm going to start with the 1-step equations. So you add 1 to both sides because you do the same thing to each side when you're solving an equation. Now 3 plus 1 is 4, so the answer is x equals 4. Next one, since this is multiplication, we have to divide it by 3. So 3 divided by 3 cancels out, and now 9 divided by 3 is 3, so the answer is x equals 3. Then finally, we have to divide 2 by -6. Cancels 2 out, but since this is negative, the final answer will become negative. And 6 divided by 2 is 3, so it's -3. Now we are going to do the 2-step equations. First, what you have to do is add 2 to -2 to cancel it out, and then add 2 to the other side. And 7 plus 2 equals 9. Now the equation is 3x equals 9. Now this is a 1-step equation. You have to divide both sides by 3 to cancel out the 3. Now 9 divided by 3 is 3. So the answer is x equals 3. Then the second one, we have to subtract 5 to both sides to cancel out the 5. 25 minus 5 is 20. Now the new equation is 20x equals 20. 2x equals 20. Now we divide both sides by 2 to cancel out the first 2. Now the answer is x equals 10 because 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now for the third and final 2-step equation. First, we have to subtract 2 from both sides. Cancel out the first 2. Then 8 minus 2 is 6. Now the new equation is 1/2 x equals 6. Now we have to multiply 1/2 by its reciprocal, which is 2 over 1, which is 2, because the bottom 1 doesn't count. So that cancels that out, and now it's 6 times 2 equals 12. So the answer is x equals 12. Now we are going to do solving equations with square roots. First, what we're going to do is we are going to divide 2y squared by 2 and do the same thing on the other side because it's an equation. So now the new equation is y squared equals 9. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take the square root of y squared and 9 to cancel out the 2. And now the square root of 9 is 3. So the answer is y equals 3. Now for the second one, we have to add 5 to both sides to cancel out the 5. Now the new equation is x squared equals 25. Now we take the square root of both, and to cancel out the squared for the x, and the square root of 25 is 5. So the answer is x equals 5. Finally, for this one, since 4 doesn't go into 25, we will take the square root of all the numbers. So we'll take the square root 4 of k squared and 25. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of k squared is k. And the square root of 25 is 5. So what we're going to do now is we're going to write it as k equals 5 over 2 because we had to try to divide 5 and 2 together. They don't go in together, so the answer is a fraction. And now for our final type of equation is distributing and combining like terms. First, what we're going to do is I like to put a line through the equal sign. Then we are going to subtract the lowest variable, which currently is x, or 1x. So we will subtract that from 3x, which will make it 2x. So now the new equation is 2x plus 2 equals 5. Now it's just a regular two-step equation. So now we subtract 2 from both sides, which equals 3. Cancel out the 2. Now 2x equals 3. Since we cannot divide 3 and 2, our answer is simply x equals 3 over 2. Now for the second problem, since this is now distributing. So when we distribute, we take the number that's outside the parentheses and basically multiply it by the numbers or variables inside the parentheses. So now what the equation will look like is 3a plus 9 plus 6 equals a minus 6. You don't have to draw a line through the equal, but I always do. Now, since there's too many whole numbers or numbers right here, so we have to combine them. So we combine 9 and 6, which is 15. So now the equation looks like 3a plus 15 equals a minus 6. And since this variable is the lowest variable, we will subtract that from both sides. So now it's 2a plus 15 equals negative 6. Now, this is a two-step equation. It's 2a plus 15 equals negative 6. So now we subtract 15 from both sides, which is negative 21. So now it's 2a equals negative 21. And since 2 doesn't go into 21 evenly, or negative 21 evenly, the final answer will be a equals negative 21 over 2. And now for our final equation for the video. So first what we're going to do is distribute 2 into a and into 6, or negative 6 actually. So now it is 2a minus 12 plus, now we have to distribute 6 into these, which will be 6a plus 6 equals a plus 29. Now we are going to combine all like terms. So there's 2 ones with the variable a, and there's 2 regular numbers. So we are going to add 2a and 6a to make 8a. And now we are going to add -12 to +6, which is -6. So the equation that we have now is 8a minus 6 equals a plus 29. And since here again, this a is less, we are going to subtract that from 8. So now it's 7a. Now the equation is 7a minus 6 equals 29. We are going to add 6 to both sides, which is now 25, 35, and now it's 7a equals 35, and 7 does indeed go into 35 5 times. So the final answer is a equals 5.